Up demonstrator from Australia. I made a video last week for my Hooray It's Thursday and the sound didn't work properly, so I thought I'd re-tape it but using a different colour. So that's what you're going to get now. Alright, so we'll turn this baby around and we'll get it happening. Okie dokie, so what we've got here is the card that I made for Thursday's Hooray It's Thursday Live. So I haven't moved anything except I've just gone and got a different colour. And I've got fresh Freesia this time, so I thought we'd make it again. It's a pretty little one using the Camellia stamp set, which is actually in our celebration catalogue that started on the 4th of January ending the 28th of February. So it's the host set. So anyone that hosts a workshop or puts an order in over $500 will actually get this added to their cart for free. Okay, it's a distinctive stamp. There's 9 cling stamps in it, so it's red rubber. And it's yours, and it's only available until the 28th of February. But it's yours if you pop an order in over $500 or even a combined order, so a workshop or an online party, whatever floats your boat. Okay, demonstrators are also eligible for it if they pop in an order of over $500 RRP. So they get their discount on top of that. Right, so I've pulled out the stamps that I need, which is the Camellia. I did use the leaves on my envelope, and You're in My Thoughts. My set's a little bit close to the edge, so I'll be potentially trimming that back, but knowing Stampin' Up, they'll more than likely replace it for me. And then I've got that on the inside. So I did have plans for this, but I've since found out that the family in question that's going to actually really like purple. So excuse my mess. So I've pulled in, this is fresh Freesia. I've got the fresh Freesia ink pad, and ignore my blue color here. This is actually Gorgeous Grape, which is what I thought I might do my sentiment in, but I also might do it in the color that I used last time, which I have over here, and I'll see, because I've got enough to do both. So that's brown, that's crumb cake. Okay, so first things first, I'll just pop that to the side. I'm going to put my stamps on it. I don't actually know if I cleaned them the other day. Just pop the things I need to the side. I'm actually going to stamp on this piece first. And I will clean the stamps because I don't know if I did them the other day. So I'll just give this one a bit of a, no, I didn't, see, I can see the pale papaya coming off. So that's that one. And it's lucky. Right, so that's just the chamois with some water on it, and that chamois has been cut in half and it's been well loved. It goes through the washing machine every now and then. Whenever I do a dark load, I pop it in a bag and pop it in with the dark load. So bigger stamps, and it's a bit juicy, this stamp pad, because I can see there's all these little bubbles happening. This is tone on tone, they call this technique. So I'm just just using a metal spoon. You can use the edge of your blocks, something nice and firm. I'm just pushing some of that ink to the bottom because the way the ink pads store themselves, it sits right on the top so that you've got a nice juicy bed to push it into. You see how that's a little bit different. And I'll just stamp this. Okay, and I'm going to do a few of them all over. Okay, I'll just do another big one here, because I can come back in. Now that'll pale off a little bit even more, and then I'm actually going to, gotta hold my tongue right, run it through the cut and emboss machine just to give it some texture. And that one. Now, just do that. Okay, so I'll just pop that to the side. Might clean it, eh? So I've just cut the chamois in half. I know some people like to use baby wipes, but I find they leave fluff and everything all over the stamps, which then ends up on my ink pads. So these are a really good investment, and they're in one of the thin stamp cases that you can get in the online store as well. Okay, so I'll pop you up there. Just pop that over there. Now what I will do, because I'm thinking gorgeous grape would be really nice for my sentiment, but I also have with me the crumb cake. So it's a nice, quick, easy card. And what I found the other day is I have to be really careful I don't get anything around the edges. That's why this is having such a big edge around it. I don't like. So it doesn't matter if it's crooked. I think that's going to look nice, but I will do the other one just in case. I don't want to keep putting this so far away. Close that baby up. And this one here is crumb cake. The stickers don't like the sunlight. You're in my thoughts. Okay. So, because that's what I'm going to need to do stamping wise for that I'm going to put with my that I'm going to use on my cut and emboss. Let's grab this in. Okay. Now, I'm going to make the sandwich right. So the pictures are on the board that tell you how to make the sandwich, and I'm going to do my painted texture, which is a 3D embossing folder. I'm going to pop this in here with my Stampin' Up image upright, this little one. Pop that on there with the spine in, and this plate here, which is the grey plate, which is number 4. Wind her through, make the camera jiggle a bit. Sorry about that. Okay, so when you pull it out, this is what you've got. You've got now a textured piece of cardstock. Okay. All right. So I'll just pop that to the side. Now I need to make the next part of the sandwich, which, because I'm using the thin dies, I need all the other components, which will be plate number 2, one of my well-loved plate number 3, a piece of design, a piece of paper, and I'm going to cut this one out first because that's actually the one I think that I want. Pop another number 3 over the top, and then I'm going to send it back through. Okay, so that's going to come that way. And I'll have my gorgeous grape version, which is the one I think I'm going to use, but I will cut this one out just in case. Okay. You can make this essentially in any colour that you like. You just need the colour cardstock, the colour ink, some ribbon or trim of some description. I am rather partial to different fibres. And that's, see, even that will look good. Let's put this back on the floor. Paper's starting to look pretty here. Okay. And then I've got a piece of fresh Freesia that I've cut in half, an A4 piece, just to make my card base. That's going to sit on top there. You could put a bit of edging around it, like you could put a bit of colour around the edge if you wanted to. I'm not going to. Just want this to be a nice, quick, easy card. Okay, some adhesive. That's not going anywhere once that's stuck, let me tell you. hold your tongue in the right position and make sure your card is up the right way. I think my earbuds just turned themselves off. I don't know what's going on. I hope you can hear me still. So I had to make sure that was up the right way, because I do have that stick going that way, and I do have my flowers going in a particular direction, you could say. Okay, so there's that. That looks pretty smick. Oh, no, let's do the next bit before we do that. Before we make the decision, hey? So what I've got now, this is a 7.5 centimetre by 7.5 centimetre square. I need my fresh Freesia again. Okay. Put some ink on here. Maybe it's just the way that I'm standing, but in the light there's a flick of gold in there. And I'm just going to put, I want it to take up most of the white space. That looks really, that is so pretty. Oh, I need to do my card inside and my envelope. So I'll just, while I've got that ink out, this is my envelope. I'm going to pop the leaves on here. Just for something, because they're pretty. And this is the inside. So I'm going to leave lots of room to write. I'm not going to put a sentiment on the inside. Okay. There's lots of really pretty sentiments in this set. Birthday sentiments, thinking of you sentiments, just because type sentiments. So really you can make it any sort of card you want, but I just think this is really pretty for what I'm going to use it for. Okay, so I'll just pop them to the side. Oh, I've ended up with a spare piece. This is going to get stuck onto here. So it's just going to get glued on there. Use whatever favourite tape or whatever favourite adhesive you have. I really like the Tombow multi-purpose glue, green glue, whatever you want to call it. Nothing ever moves if you've used it. It sticks and sticks really well. I do a lot of stuff, a lot of things with acrylic, and it sticks acrylic to acrylic. So I'm putting some dimensionals under here. I really don't want it to go anywhere, so I'm actually going to be putting 6 dimensionals. I can hear you all going, that's a lot of dimensionals, but you know what? That's okay. Just get all these little bits off. If you have trouble getting them off, you can use your take your pick tool and just get under the edge of them. Or some people, you can push in the middle, whatever floats your boat, and they sort of pop up at the edge. Now I'll just pop this up a little bit up closer to the top than it is at the bottom. Okay, so when I look at the original, this one's quite a firm ribbon that I've got here, but in my Fresh Freesia I've only got the light ribbon, so I'm thinking about doing it doubled. Okay, so we'll see how we go. But because I don't think one is going to cut it, so I want it there. I do really like that colour, though I think we need to cut 2 layers of the ribbon, I think, and I really like that colour. So I do like both, but I'm thinking, because I know how much they love purple, I'm thinking I'll do 2 pieces of this. And I'll put it like so. So when I did the other one the other day, which is still on my Facebook Live if you do want to see it, I used a piece of tape and stuck a piece of tape onto the trim. No, dimensional got stuck under there, but I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to put some adhesive here, and I'm going to go like so, and hope that my family is quiet in the background, because they don't realise that these speakers pick up absolutely everything. So yeah, all right, and like that. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Okay, so I only want to put dimensionals down the bottom. And the reason I only want to put dimensionals down the bottom is because if I put them up the top, it's going to sit like so. But by just putting them down the bottom, it's only going to stick down here. So I can put a little bit of adhesive there, because that will just stick to that bit, because these guys are sitting here, which will push them up just a little bit. Okay, how's that? That looks pretty good, doesn't it? If I do say so myself. And I've got to put my inside in. Okay. And ta-da! Hold your tongue right where you do that bit, otherwise it doesn't end up straight. And there you have a fresh Freesia version. So we have pale papaya and fresh Freesia. Essentially the same card. Okay, actually it is the same card, just a different colour. What do you think? Looking pretty smick. I think the family will really like it, actually. Alrighty, well thank you for joining me, and I hope that you like my card and yeah, enjoy the set. Thanks.